Welcome to Deer Hunt Productions, the channel for videos about all your favorite horror games. I'm DaneCat33, and today we'll be exploring the story of Montgomery Gator, a reoccurring threat in some of the newer Five Nights at Freddy's installments. He's an animatronic alligator at Freddy Fazbear's Mega Pizzaplex, where he has his own attraction, that being Monty Golf. Monty is often characterized as a violent and destructive gator who loves to rock and roll. He's prone to smashing things as part of his dramatic image, but he's harmless, at least at first. In this video, we'll take a deep dive into Monty's story that spreads across the games and books. His first chronological appearance is in the interactive novel, VIP. This story is a prequel to Security Breach, so the Pizzaplex is a little different. At this point, the band only consists of Glamrock Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, and Roxy. Monty is currently just a side character at the Pizzaplex. He doesn't have a green room yet, but he does have a cutout in Rockstar Row tucked between Chica and Bonnie's green rooms. In the story, instead of Monty inhabiting a golf course, his attraction is Monty's Maze. We learn that Fazbear Entertainment is considering repurposing this location into something else. Later in Tales from the Pizzaplex and Security Breach, we see it's been turned into Monty Golf. Speaking of Tales from the Pizzaplex, the Storyteller is an important installment for Montgomery Gator's character. In this short story, Fazbear Entertainment replaces the Pizzaplex's writing team with an artificial intelligence program known as the Storyteller. This AI was meant to write all the stories for the Pizzaplex and its animatronic characters. It's revealed that it's using the Mimic 1 program, an AI created by Edwin Murray in the 70s. Along with the AI, Edwin constructed an endoskeleton body for the Mimic, so it could entertain his son David while he worked on Fazbear Entertainment's animatronics. Later, David died, and in his grief, Edwin attacked the Mimic, infusing it with his agony, which made it murderous. Connecting a violent, agony-filled AI program to the Pizzaplex proves to be a very bad idea. It doesn't turn the animatronics hostile, but it makes them all act very strange. The Mimic 1 program makes Monty's dramatic destruction more violent, and afterward he withdraws into a depressive silence that drives children to tears. This personality matches up with how he behaves in Security Breach. Sometime after this story, Monty kills Glamrock Bonnie and takes his place in the band. According to a security report, Bonnie was seen leaving his green room at 12:24 AM, and heading towards the East Atrium. At 2:40 AM, he entered the East Arcade, and at 4:12 AM, he went to Monty Golf. The updates on Bonnie's position stops there, so it can be assumed that when he entered the golf course, he was killed by Monty. After Bonnie was destroyed, Monty became the new bass player, and Parts and Service made adjustments that allowed him to perform. In the Security Breach Ruin DLC, Bonnie's body can be found behind the lanes at Bonnie Bowl, covered in slash marks and green paint. This pretty clearly connects his murder back to Monty, with the green paint and claw marks both correlating to Montgomery. Monty's glasses are also on the Glamrock Bonnie neon signs, so it seems like those originally belonged to Bonnie, and Monty stole them after murdering him. Another detail to note is that in Help Wanted 2, when getting a gutter ball, a Monty bowling ball crushes Glamrock Bonnie. Like, it's pretty obvious that Monty killed him, even the bowling level shows it.
Well, Dane, that's where you're wrong, buddy bud. Because there's no way Montgomery Gator from Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach, was released in 2021 for PC and PlayStation consoles, killed Glamrock Bonnie, and I know he's innocent.
There's a lot of evidence that proves he killed Bonnie. What exactly makes you think he's innocent?
He's my little chewable gummy vitamin.
Okay, anyway.
In the Tales from the Pizzaplex story, The Monty Within, the main character Kane accidentally has a Montgomery Gator AI from an arcade game transferred into his brain. This Monty AI may or may not be the Mimic 1 program, but regardless, it isn't the same Monty we've been discussing. It's just a video game version of him, so we won't be talking about him. Sometime around this, a young boy named Gregory hacked the Pizzaplex while under Glitchtrap's influence. Glitchtrap is a digital rabbit character, whose origins are currently unclear. Most fans think he's either a digital version of William Afton or another manifestation of the Mimic 1 AI program. In Help Wanted, he was unleashed into a virtual reality game through some circuit boards and corrupted the game's beta tester, Vanessa. She became a reluctant follower of him, and it seems like later he also took control of Gregory, as he's referred to as Dr. Rabbit in the books, and he helps Glitchtrap. In the short story, GGY, and in Security Breach's retro CDs, we learn that Gregory hacked the Pizzaplex and unleashed a glitch into its systems. When the technicians were trying to fix the glitch, Gregory reprogrammed it as a set of subroutines in the animatronic systems. These new subroutines create additional conversations and behaviors in the main four Glamrock animatronics. This seems to be what allows Vanessa's darker side, Vanny, to control the Glamrocks. Montgomery's game debut, Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach, starts out with the Glamrocks performing on the Pizzaplex stage, but Freddy malfunctions and collapses. Later he is rebooted in safe mode, which seems to fix all the issues that the Mimic 1 program and Glitchtrap caused. He finds Gregory hiding in his chest cavity, and it appears that he's also been freed from Glitchtrap's influence. He doesn't seem to know what's going on, but Freddy agrees to help him escape the Pizzaplex before it closes at 12 AM. As Gregory is helping Freddy out of his room, he passes by the other Glamrock screen rooms, and a commotion can be heard inside Monty's room. Later in the game, if you enter the room, it's a wrecked mess, showing just how destructive Monty can be. Freddy takes Gregory into the utility tunnels to reach the exit, but Freddy runs out of power and they have to split up. Shortly after, Gregory's ambushed by Monty and the rest of the Glamrocks, who chase him into a security office. Monty starts banging on the door to get in, but Freddy helps him escape the office before the power runs out. Unfortunately, Gregory's unable to escape the Pizzaplex before it closes, so he sets out to find another exit. Later, after Gregory escapes the daycare, the son calls security. Monty and the other Glamrocks appear to hunt Gregory, but once again, Freddy helps him escape. Shortly after this, he gives Gregory 2 possible escape routes. If he tries to leave through the prize counter, he first has to grab a security badge from an office. This causes a security lockdown, and Monty and Roxy try to get inside the office. This segment plays out similarly to the first Five Nights at Freddy's game, with Gregory having to close the doors to keep the animatronics out, but also making sure he doesn't run out of power. Once the lockdown is lifted, Gregory has to avoid Monty on his way to the prize counter's fire escape. When he finds the exit, he discovers that he can only leave through there if he's a VIP, and Vanessa catches him. After Gregory escapes her, he discovers that Freddy is running out of power. He sets out to find a way to activate the stage lift to parts and service so he can fix his friend. Gregory fails to find the stage lift controls at the office above Rockstar Row. He only finds a security badge and a Showtime disc. After taking these, an alarm sounds, and Monty and Roxy once again try to get into the office. Gregory electrocutes the security doors when the animatronics try to break them down, and he fends them off until Freddy rescues him. Using the Showtime disc at the Atrium sound booth, Gregory starts a performance routine, which activates the stage lift. When he returns to the stage, he finds Monty patrolling it, but he manages to sneak past him and descend into parts and service. After fixing Freddy, they go back up to Rockstar Row to find a party pass, and Vanessa's patrolling the area. If she sees Gregory, she'll either call Monty or Roxy to go after him. After obtaining the party pass, Gregory has the choice to either go to Phaser Blast or Monty Golf. Because this video focuses on Monty, I'll discuss the Monty Golf route. Gregory's main objective here is to find a Phaz Cam. He'll have to evade the staff bots and Monty himself as he makes his way towards the security office. Inside he finds a Phaz Cam, which can be used to stun the animatronics. It's a good time to note that, unlike the other animatronics, Monty can't be stunned by the Phaz Cam or Phaser Blaster, due to the glasses covering his eyes. Gregory also finds a Mazer-sized ticket, which can be used to access Mazer-size, a fitness-themed maze that promises to help you work off the calories while you eat. Freddy tells Gregory the event in Mazer-size leads to the Monty Golf catwalks, but they need to change the maze configuration. Of course, they have to backtrack all the way to the daycare and grab the maze control key from the theater basement. If Gregory is caught by the staff bots in the daycare, they call Monty to chase after him. After collecting the maze key and completing a tedious puzzle to change the maze's path, Gregory can finally access the vent and enter the Monty Golf catwalks. Monty appears on a gondola. He jumps down and delivers the greatest boss fight intro ever. Rock and roll! During this boss fight, Gregory uses turrets around the catwalks to hit their Hurricane Hole-in-One bucket. After shooting it a couple times, he activates it, dropping the bucket on Monty. He tries to hold it back, but the catwalks break under him and he plummets down, damaging himself as he crashes onto the stage. With Monty now shattered, Gregory can take his claws and upgrade Freddy with them. With Monty's claws, Freddy can smash through gates across the Pizzaplex. Despite being shattered, Monty is still functional and will crawl after Gregory if he spots him. Toward the end of the game, when Gregory is trying to fix a staff bot head in the West Arcade, Monty appears on the first floor and patrols one of the switches needed to reboot the arcade. After shattering Roxy and upgrading Freddy with her eyes, it's 6 AM, meaning the Pizzaplex doors are open and Gregory can escape. In the game's true ending, instead of escaping, Gregory and Freddy ambush Vanny at Phaser Blast. The plan quickly goes south. Vanny commands the staff bots to disassemble Freddy, and Gregory flees. He runs into the server room, where he encounters Roxy and either Chica or Monty. Gregory reaches the Phaser Blast control room, and if the players completed Princess Quest Parts 1 and 2, they can play the third arcade. After completing it, Vanessa's released from Glitchtrap's control, and she leaves the Pizzaplex with Gregory and Freddy's decapitated, yet still functioning head. Sometime after the events of Security Breach, the giant amalgamation of animatronics under the Pizzaplex, known as the Blob or Tangle, tunneled out into the building. The Tangle destroyed the Pizzaplex, and it was abandoned. Gregory and Vanessa later returned to trap the Mimic endoskeleton in the sinkhole, evident by Gregory's backpack and the walkie-talkie being in the Mimic's prison. After trapping him, they used the Mex's security to keep him contained. Mex's is an old security machine, and it seems like Vanessa and Gregory integrated into the AR network, a digital realm within the Pizzaplex and Pizza Place, that can be accessed by putting on the security mask. While this reality is surreal, it can still affect the real world. Gregory and Vanessa created security nodes in the AR network that locked down previously accessible areas in the Pizzaplex, in order to keep people from finding the Mimic. The security also includes the Mex's entity, a digital character that pursues any intruders in the AR network, in an effort to prevent them from deactivating the security nodes and releasing the Mimic. After installing these new security measures, Gregory and Vanessa once again leave the Pizzaplex. Despite how hard they worked to ensure the Mimic stayed hidden, somehow it sent a message to Gregory's friend, Cassie. It copies Gregory's voice and pretends to be him, so Cassie sets out to rescue him. In Security Breach's Ruin DLC, she journeys into the abandoned Pizzaplex. Using a Roxy walkie-talkie, she communicates with the Mimic, who is still keeping up the Gregory facade to gain Cassie's trust. As she travels through the utility tunnels, Monty jumps out at her. He's in a much worse state than when he last appeared. All of his shell is broken off, leaving him as a deranged bare endoskeleton. When Monty lunges at Cassie, she's knocked into some water that takes her to Monty Golf. Here, Cassie encounters Maskbot, who gives her the security mask, which allows her to access the AR network, where she can deactivate the security nodes, keeping the Mimic trapped. Going deeper into the ruined golf course, she locates a security station that she uses to watch Monty. After he leaves, she continues onward and follows Monty toward the Gator Grub snack bar. If the player pays close attention, they can find Monty hiding in a cart full of plastic balls, but he doesn't attack Cassie. Around here is when the Mex's entity starts appearing, and if they get close enough to Cassie, they summon Monty to pursue her. After deactivating a security node by the gift shop, Cassie is ambushed by Monty but manages to escape. Later, after leaving the daycare, Cassie lands in the Monty Golf gondola ride. Here we're told a story about Bonnie leaving the glam rock band and passing his role and guitar on to Monty. However, this story seems to be just another lie from Phasma Entertainment. There's also a small detail in the final scene with Monty on stage. His tornado is blowing away Bonnie, likely symbolizing how he killed him and took his place in the band. The gondola ride leads into the catwalks from Monty's boss fight in Security Breach. Cassie deactivates the security node on the catwalks while avoiding Mexes and Monty. Much later in the game, after Glamrock Chica breaks down in the salon, Mexes will summon Monty instead of Chica if they catch Cassie. Shortly after this, Cassie descends into the abandoned Foxy log ride, and Monty falls down into the area. He jumps into the water, and Cassie will have to traverse across debris to avoid falling into the water with him. At the end of her path is a conduit, and after powering it up, it turns on a Glamrock Bonnie neon sign that electrocutes the water. This fries Monty, and he sinks below the surface. This is the last time we see him in Ruin, and many people, including myself, believe that Monty died here.
Wait, he f***ing died?
Monty has some cameos in Help Wanted 2, a game that takes place between Security Breach and Ruin. The player can unlock a Monty plush that will appear in the AR Network's pizza place, and they can display Monty on the stage. Strangely enough, he doesn't appear as a threat during the main gameplay, which is odd considering almost every other Security Breach character is an enemy. This might be because Help Wanted 2 was released after Ruin, and Steelwool didn't want to feature him so soon after his death. However, as I mentioned, this game is a prequel to Ruin, so that doesn't really make sense. Despite Monty's alleged death, we'll still see more of him in future installments. Monty appears on the cover of the interactive novel Escape the Pizzaplex, so we'll see him there. Both the Mimic's origin story and Secret of the Mimic's PAX demo featured a green alligator costume, so this could mean that Monty's a much older character than we've been led on to believe. If this green alligator costume is Monty, we could learn more about his origins in the upcoming prequel game, Secret of the Mimic. But for now, that's all there is to Monty's story. Thanks for watching. If you did enjoy this video, be sure to like and subscribe. It helps a ton. If you want to support us, then you can buy super thanks on this video or donate to us on Ko-Fi. Be sure to keep up with us on our socials like Blue Sky, Twitter, and Discord. Thanks for watching, and check out some of our other videos.